coming up, we're going to be hearing a short snippet of an interview that Marc Aflalo did, our good friend, Marc Aflalo, because he spoke to Ashley Wu from Roborock. Now, this was a company that actually got its name at CES this year. This was a product which came out that was a little bit different. It was a robot vacuum, kind of very similar in the way that the one you got, the Eufy one or the Roomba, you probably heard about.
Yeah, they're all pretty much the same, aren't they?
These tiny little robots that just move around, little cylindrical devices that move around your home and clean up, after you. Well, this one actually does do a bit more than just tidying up after you. It will sort of move things around because it has a little robot arm. Now, look, I could sit here and tell you all about it, or I could put, perhaps on my little video that I have here. So this is a video from Roborock. This was actually broadcast from CSUN itself, and it shows you how it works. And the video can explain itself to you now, thanks to OmniDescriber.
A patterned sock lies on the carpet near the vacuum. Roborock rolls over to it. A compartment on the vacuum opens, and a robotic arm extends upwards. The arm reaches down and grasps the sock. The arm lifts the sock and raises it up to be carried. Roborock rolls over to a wicker basket. The robotic arm lowers to drop the sock into the basket. The arm then retracts into the vacuum and the lid closes. Roborock turns away and heads back along the carpet before coming to a stop.
There you go.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that is the coolest thing I've ever heard of in my life, and I want 3 of these. This is amazing.
What are we talking about, the audio description or
well,
the
both.
actual robot?
Actually, yeah, we will come back to the audio description, but let's concentrate on the robot for a minute. Just amazing. Now, I hate to say this, I kind of don't believe it to a degree. I can understand it picking up an obstacle in its way, but does it really know where to put that? How did it know to put the sock in the basket for one thing?
Well, that's an interesting thing, yeah. Unless you have to train that as part of the process, how does it know, right?
Yeah, maybe. And I'm thinking, was it a sock on purpose because that's a particularly light and grabbable object? As we mentioned before about my house is full of dog toys, squeaky melons, squeaky telephones all over the place. Would it be able to pick up something like that? But still, either way, I love this. I think this is amazing.
Yeah, I love it. And the description, that's a bit I'm interested in, to be perfectly honest. I spent ages on that with OmniDescriber.
And it was amazing. Yeah, no, that was really well done. That was fantastic. You know what? Well done, Stephen.
Well, actually, let's just praise the people who made the app because that is so good. And I love the way that I was able to edit the text as well, where things that got wrong, I could go in and I could change that. It's well worth checking out. The app is free. I did mention this last week. You do have to have a Gemini key and an API key. And if you want to use those voices, that was the OpenAI text-to-speech voice, which I thought was very nice, actually. That was the fast version. Which didn't sound that fast to me.
No,
but then that's a blind thing, I think, right? Where is that fast?
Oh, you mean
I'll
fast?
let you hear fast.
As in speech rate rather than processing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, I don't know. I thought it was about the speech rate because it did seem a little bit quicker in speech rather than the other one. But because there was one that was much more natural, great voice, but I could imagine much better for a longer form video. Maybe a documentary or something like that. It would have made more sense. But very short video, but well worth doing. I thought it was well worth just using OmniDescriber to show this amazing thing. Well, look, let's talk more about that. Ashley Wu spoke to Marc Aflalo for his podcast, Your Tech Report, which is available on SiriusXM across North America. And he spoke to Ashley about the Roborock vacuum and their other products.
So Roborock is a brand that provides like smart home, house like cleaning services, products, and our goal is that kind of like to achieve more accessible product for people all over the world with like minimal user interaction and really premier obstacles, avoidance, and everything just to help you have a better experience with your cleaning in daily life.
Tell me about the space, because when it comes to the robot vacuum space or the home technology space, What sets Roborock apart from the other companies that people might be familiar with?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really great question. For me, like Roborock is always pushing the boundary of keeping like the technology in the smart home cleaning. And also we have been doing a lot of investigations, and also we have been doing a lot of technological improvement, especially on AI avoidance, and also creating really comprehensive mapping regarding when it comes to robotic vacuums. And also, I think what really differentiate us is while others may focus on one singular features for the robotic vacuums, we actually kind of like push the boundary and try to embed everything that we think might have tangible benefits for the robotic vacuums into that. So, like you mentioned earlier, you have visited our booth at CES this year, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we just launched our hero product of the year, which is called the Saros D70. So it's a robotic vacuum with mechanical arm. So it's actually our first ever try to embed a 5-axis mechanical arm into product like a robotic vacuum, and it can basically help you to pick up the things that you left on the ground where you're doing your chores, like tissues, paper, socks, and sandals. It just help you save more time. Yeah, this is what we've been trying to do. No matter it's just for like regular cleaning experience, but we do want to kind of like keep pushing to see how far can it go without like with the ultimate cleaning experience.
One of the things I noticed about the 10R that I've been testing, and really I think this works for all the different robot vacuums that you guys create, is how it can really help people who have mobility challenges.
Yeah.
Does accessibility come into play when you're designing a product like this?
So definitely. So we will definitely take accessibility into our consideration when we are designing a product, especially even for me, like bending over my knees and kind of like reaching under really low furniture, or just like pushing a really heavy vacuum for a really long time. Even for me, it's quite painful. So as we do want more and more people in the world can have this access to really hands-free cleaning experience, we do want to kind of like provide this kind of a product to help people to have a better experience every day when doing their house chores. And also, I do think we embedded some really great features in on our Roborock app as well, because we kind of like integrate our system with like Google and also Alexa and Apple Home, so that you can just by saying like simply like "Hello Rocky, clean the floor," and it just does everything for you.
Is that accessibility, is that by design? Is that something that is thought of when they're creating these products? Or is it just something because just the nature of what the product is?
We will actually take this into consideration. Like I said, if once we launch a really like flagship product, we will definitely listen to the market, and we will listen to different users from different marketing channels. We listen to people on the Reddit. We listen to people on YouTube. We listen to people on Instagram. So we will see like, is there anything else that we can do better to help people to have that experience?
Is there a way that you guys make it easy for people to choose which model will work best for them? Because I can imagine someone who's not sure what they want, they have, budget's not really an issue. They're trying to figure out what's best for them. How do you choose the right one?
So I think you can start these questions by asking yourself, like, what kind of floor type do you have? So do you have like a hardwood floor, or do you have like a house that's filled with carpets? For me, I live in a small apartment, and I also have 2 cats, but I also have a lot of like weird furnitures that has different kinds of shapes. So for me, if you have to choose between Ceres 10 and 10R, I would definitely go for 10R, because it has like our most advanced dark side autonomous assistance. But if you have like a really big house and you have like hardwood floor, and you want to have a really strong suction power, I feel like the Ceros 10 would be a better option for you, because it has like 22 pascals of suction power. And yeah, I do think it will fit you more. So apart from that, you might also need to think about, there's another questions for you is, how smart do you want the dog to be? Like, are you satisfied, like, or are you okay with, like, you have to empty the dustbin yourself, you have to kind of like clean the dog every day, just maybe if you can save some money? Or do you want it to do everything by itself? You don't have to worry too much about it, just like maybe clean it every month. Like it's the major like priority two questions you have to ask yourself before you make a decision.
Sounds really cool. I must say, though, I do wish Mark had asked that question you asked about how did it actually know where to put the sock, because I'm kind of feeling that way myself. I'm like, how does it know that? But you must program it to some degree. There must be, I mean, it can't just think, oh, well, I'll put it over here in this basket, and then you move the basket and then
Throw
it
it
doesn't know what
into
to
the
do
bin.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, look, with a lot of these, you can, as we mentioned earlier, you can map. The mapping has got very advanced, so maybe you can map some places to dump things. But even if it was just a case of this just move things out of the way so it can do the clean easily, this would be great. This would be more than enough. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, love the idea of it. Fantastic idea. Thank you to Ashley Wu for speaking to Marc Aflalo there. Of course, that full interview you can listen to on Your Tech Report, which you can find at yourtechreport.com or in your favourite podcast app or on YouTube.